Greetings from Northumberland as the sun begins to rise behind me. It's the 17th of January and it's the feast day of my patron saint, St. Anthony of Egypt. Here he is. Here he is, the saint that's almost always depicted with a hoodie. Indeed, with a hoodie and a beard, he could be a fashion leader for all men to follow. But instead, he is the patron of monasticism. Monasticism in Egypt initially, and monasticism in the East and in the West. He was about 20, they say, when he inherited a large fortune from his family, and after making provision for his sister, on hearing the words of Jesus to sell everything and give to the poor, he retired into the monastic life and spent at least 20 years in solitude. But like so many people who sought solitude, people sought him out. People sought him out to listen to him, to take his advice, and he corresponded with powerful men and emperors. He also joined with Athanasius, who wrote his biography, in campaigning against the Arians, the people who didn't think that Jesus was truly the Son of God. So one of his famous phrases is, "I do not fear God, but I love him." There are many other things he said, but that will be one to stick with. Anthony in the searing places of Egypt, became one who knew the love of God and who knew the love of God in Christ. And skeets, groups of people gathered around him. And although he did not want to be a leader, he founded these loose communities of monastics. And that's why he is the origin of monastic communities throughout the world. And so we commemorate him and give thanks for his life and pray that, like him, we may seek to not let anything get in the way of our following Christ. Alongside him, the Church of England today commemorates Charles Gore, an Oxford scholar, Bishop of Worcester, Bishop of Birmingham and Bishop of Oxford, and most pertinently on this day of St. Anthony, the founder of the Community of the Resurrection in Mirfield in West Yorkshire. A monastic community based on the rule of St. Benedict, but of course looking back to St. Anthony, set in what was then industrial West Yorkshire, so that the Church of England at the beginning of the 20th century could work with those people who were poor and in need. Gore combined great faith, a liberal Catholicism as we would call it now, with a commitment of the church to serve the poor. And as I said a few weeks ago when we spoke about Desmond Tutu, that Community of the Resurrection in Mirfield, through its work in South Africa, was able to foster and develop the vocation of Archbishop Tutu. So we remember these two men, a great man, St. Anthony, a good man, Charles Gore, and we think of the way in which they saw community as a way of following Christ, but also of making a difference in the world. May God bless us today.